Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Microsoft Teams phone overview short webinar here, just to cover the benefits and how this can really sort of help in a business environment for your company. What I would like to just advise first of all is that this webinar will only last 30 minutes. If you do like to pause the webinar or watch it back again, you can do so by accessing the link on the original invite. So you can go back and watch parts that you have missed or share that with colleagues. There is a questions and answer section on the webinar as well. Feel free to drop questions in there as I go through a few things today. And if we get some time at the end, then we'll be able to cover some of them off. So yeah, we'll just get started on this. So Microsoft Teams phone. Okay, so essentially, what is this we're talking about? So Microsoft Teams phone is, as it says there, a cloud-based phone system using an alternative to a standard PSTN service. So if your company is used to standard desk phones, line coming into the building, picking, receiver, pick up and hang up, then this is a complete alternative to as what we would kind of push towards it being a soft phone kind of environment. So you can see below there in the image, I've kind of included that on purpose really, just to kind of explain that this is multi-platform. So essentially, most people will have Teams installed on their laptops or PCs, but this environment and this sort of Teams phone can be distributed across multiple devices, phone, tablet, and you do get dedicated Teams phones as well there. So we can cover them off as we kind of go through here. So really, what is the key benefits of Teams phone? So yes, so the enhanced collaboration is essentially what I've just spoke about there as well, is the fact that you mainly have Teams already within your device, and you'll just be using this for internal communication with colleagues and things like that. As you'll know, that comes with the ability to share and collaborate between different applications. So what you'll find is that from that you'll have the ability to share your screen, merge phone calls, video calls, audio calls, and chat. So like I say, that won't change, but the ability to have this coming through as a Teams phone integration means that you can share all that with people external from your company now. The advanced call management features we'll go through a little bit more. This kind of involves things like call routing, speed dialing that I say I'll cover, voicemail facilities, and there is some sort of more comprehensive like call management features that we can set up. So what we'll do is, after I've kind of worked through some of these benefits, we'll actually have a look at just the live environment of my Teams and me set up on Microsoft Teams phone, and I'll be able to show you just briefly what sort of things that I've set up and what you can actually do with that. So what I'd also like to do is just cover off at the very end of this as well, is that there'll be some videos that I can kind of show you a bit better, obviously, in the background of what sort of things happen and what the ability of Teams phone is. The flexibility and mobility there, as I just kind of covered most of these back off, is that as we discussed with the ability to go between different devices, is that obviously offers you that flexibility. You can answer calls. If you want to continue that call onto another device, you can transfer that call to that device. So if you want to kind of nip out the office, you can transfer the call to your phone and then continue the conversation from there as well. So I'll show you some, like say the videos might cover that a bit better. The unified communication part really is just like it basically covers the top as well, is that everything's just in one place. So you basically have an integrated call management system that you have all your documents, all your applications ready to be able to share with your colleagues or your clients that you're speaking to. The security part is something that Microsoft really advertises against Microsoft Teams Phone. They claim that there's a 99.99% uptime of Microsoft Teams Phone. So they have dedicated servers that are just for this platform. So where you might find that you're kind of bound to telephone providers at the moment. If the line goes down or anything like that, then you will be kind of bound to outages and things like that. So Microsoft do advertise that there's a dedicated cloud cloud sort of service and data centers they hold that are just for Microsoft Teams Phone. The intelligent capabilities part that I've kind of added in there, I just wanted to kind of point this out more to the point of you'll see through some of the videos that you will have the ability to transcribe calls. So someone speaking on a call, you can turn on transcription if the call is not very quality, or if you just simply want a transcription at the end of that call, you can do that within Teams Phone. You can also have a voicemail transcription that kind of comes as standard, and I'll be able to show you that in a minute. And then, like I said, it's just that integration with the other applications and things that makes it kind of seamless in terms of sharing and kind of viewing documents and so forth. There is some considerations to be had with Teams Phone. The one obvious one would be is that it is relying on a stable internet connection. So obviously, because this service runs predominantly through, or indefinitely through the internet, it needs a stable connection if you're holding group calls, video calls, things like that. So just be aware of that and make sure that you do have that in place prior to considering this. And then it's just another obvious one, I suppose, probably the transition from a regular phone service. So if you're used to using just a normal desk phone where you can just use the kind of keypad and like a regular phone. If you're not used to using Teams, then there will be that kind of transition piece as well. So yeah, so just a couple of considerations there, but certainly I certainly think the benefits definitely outweigh these, and we'll just kind of dive into some of that here just now. So what I'll quickly do is I'll dive out of this presentation just now. So you'll see I've got Teams open here just at the moment. What I've just clicked on simply here is from the left-hand side. I've clicked on the calls sort of blade or sort of section here, and then I've just clicked on voicemail because I just wanted to kind of focus on that, on the voicemail section. So voicemail, as described in the slides there, this gives you the ability to, when someone's calling you in from an external number, you've missed the call, hits the voicemail, you do get this sort of transcription. Then this doesn't need to be set up directly. This will normally come set up for you. So you'll have this kind of transcribe of, rather than kind of dialing in to listen to that, you can actually kind of just see here on the right hand side of what the call was. You can listen it back as an audio file as well, and then obviously you can just call the person straight back from there too. So voicemail can be tailored a lot as well, but that will give you the ability to just quickly view if it's an important call you need to get back to. Like I say, if some of the text doesn't maybe make sense there, of maybe the AI in the background hasn't picked that up properly, like I say, you can just listen to the audio call back. While we're on this sort of dashboard, I suppose here is you'll see under the dial code, this is where your number will be displayed. So this is your kind of external number that you can use and give out to people. So that's your direct dial number there. Underneath here on the bottom, you can see that I can directly forward calls from here. And I'll jump into that in the settings in a minute. The speed dial section on the right hand side here is quite useful as well. So you can add a person's number, or you can just add a person's name. So say I just want to add in a random number. What it will do is it will just ask you to kind of set up the person's name, surname, email address, company, whatever you want, and then it will just store it within the side section here. So then you've got obviously almost like a external phone book that you can quickly access and dial from. So that kind of covers what you would kind of be looking at for the general, or the sort of basic functions here for external or making or receiving external calls, essentially from there. If I dive into the settings here and click on the calls section, you will see here the various options. I won't go through every one of them, but you'll see straight away the sort of ability you have to tailor these to your own preference. What I was talking about before was the managing the voicemail. So you can record your own greeting and things from here. You can also like choose what happens when when the call is directed to voicemail, and so it gives you like different options there. You can play greetings and let the caller record a message to be transferred to someone else. So yeah, it's fairly customizable in here. The other handy thing as well is you can manage an out of office voicemail. So you can see the sections I've got ticked here. I don't have a customized greeting, but if I wanted to customize something to say, yeah, currently on leave, back whenever, you can do that. And it's really, again, a really powerful feature that links in back to what I was saying about the collaboration between the applications and Outlook and things like that. Call groups and delegates and things like that you can do. What I didn't touch on just at the sort of start of this is, and this would be more of administration side of things, is that with Microsoft Teams Phone, you can set up things like what are called call queues. So call queues are simply a group of people that would be set to receive particular types of calls. So an example of a call queue, as you'll see at the top here, is this one I've got set here. So I can toggle this on and off for myself, but there is other people that selected in this call queue and administered it in the background of Microsoft Teams administration that obviously that you can tailor that to ring everybody in the queue, ring people and as in a round robin. So first person gets the call, next call that comes through goes to the next person. So there's a lot of tailored options in there, and that's something that we would speak to you about if you're interested in Teams Phone, and when we're going through the setup of the back end there. But yeah, just to let you know, there is abilities to set up call queues with multiple people, and it's quite powerful, that as well. There's also another feature, very prominent feature in Microsoft Teams Phone called Auto Attendant. So this is simply your automated feature. So when someone calls the line or calls like a dedicated reception line or company line, then they'll be presented with the automated sort of messaging and menu system. So that again can be very tailored to your needs, again in the back end side of things. We can set that up for press 1 to go to this department, press 2 to go to that department. So you get the idea of being able to use auto attendant and the call queues in conjunction, just to make that a bit more seamless for people getting in touch with the right person or department. I didn't want to touch too much on that just now because it's certainly a very good feature. And it is something that we definitely encourage, these two features, but it's something that we delve into a bit deeper once we're at that stage and once we're setting up the back end for Microsoft Teams Phone for you. So that is essentially what I could show you from this, from a user perspective, or as far as I can show you without really making calls and showing you how that works. But what I thought would be better to do is actually give you an example of that via the videos that Microsoft push for this or kind of promote for these features. So if I minimize things here, I'll just get these videos loaded up there. So yeah, what we'll do is sorry about that. We'll look through the first sort of videos. Then we'll basically just run through a lot of these videos. Hopefully you can hear the sound on your end. And at the very end of this, if there's anything that I can see that might need to be described a bit better, then I can do so. But then we probably will just open it up to some questions at that point, and try and get some things from that. So yeah, we just run through some of these videos here. Sorry about that. Starting too many videos at once here. Let's just start that again. Yeah, apologies. I'm seeing some messages here saying that they can't hear the sound on your end there. Apologies. But yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll still continue with going through some of these videos anyway. As it kind of what I wanted to get from it mainly was just to kind of show you the screens and show you the abilities of it. So I can talk through things at the end of this, but yeah, obviously apologies if you can't hear any of the sound on your end there. Just go into this next video here. Okay, yeah, so apologies for that. It didn't go quite to plan. I did think there would be sort of sound on that when I was testing it last night. But yeah, it was just these videos aren't secret. You can sort of view these on on YouTube there. And I would just encourage just to learn a bit more about this would be to um sort of do your own research on Microsoft Teams phone and see if it kind of meets the needs of what you're looking for. But I certainly think that looking at it from the perspectives and going through my slides there, when you're looking at the benefits and things of Microsoft Teams phone, it needs to, I suppose, what you need to sort of understand is if it works for you, works for the business. But in most cases, and in most environments that we see, most people are using Microsoft Teams phone. So the transition piece anyway isn't that large and isn't that big. So if most people are using Microsoft Teams, then it's just adding that kind of call add-on, I suppose, addition to it. And then, like I said, when we're doing a project or anything for a Microsoft Teams phone product, then usually we would go through and do a bit of upskilling with users and the client just to sort of give that sort of reassurance and answer obviously any questions from that. So yeah, so just based on that then, I kind of wanted to see if most of that would have answered some of the internal questions, but if there is any other questions here just now, I'll look through the board and see if I can answer the most I can there. Um, Yeah, so I can yeah, so the links to the videos I can certainly, yeah, I got them. I can send them out to everyone on the call here. So you've just got them handy. In terms of the costing, what I would advise, someone's asked in the price of the user cost there. For a more appropriate quote, what I would advise is just to send up a message to the change team here, so change@grantmcgregor.co.uk, and we can provide a full quote for the amount of users you're looking for, or like you're saying, like a single user cost. So it will vary depending on licenses availability and stuff. And let's see if there's any other messages coming through, any questions. But yeah, I should say that if there's any other questions and you've watched maybe the webinar back again here, or done some research yourself, I would just encourage even just to get in touch with myself. So obviously my email's on the link here for this webinar. Just feel free to get back in touch with me. I can answer as many questions as you like. If it means that, like I was saying before, if it involves us maybe looking at costing and things like that, I would still just encourage just to come through the change email address for us to provide a quote for you there. Yeah, so I think that maybe covers most of the questions that I'm getting here. Like I say, I hope that gives everyone essentially a general overview of Microsoft Teams Phone there, and just some of the abilities and some of the things that you can do within that. People that's maybe using Teams phones at the moment, they may have picked up some things that they probably weren't utilizing. So I'm hoping that's also the case. But yeah, I mean, I think if there's anything else that you need to get in touch with, get in touch with us here at the Change team or myself, and we'll be happy to answer any questions at all.